With all but one game from Week 11 in the books, there were a lot of things that happened Sunday, and especially late in the game Thursday, and that's what we'll discuss in today's video, is the 5 biggest takeaways from Week 11. Before I get started though, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as all support is very much appreciated. Now with that being said, let's begin. The first takeaway is the AFC is Baltimore's to lose at this point. Since a Week 4 loss to Cleveland, Baltimore has beat the Seahawks, the Patriots, and now the Texans, all by double digits. Yes, the Seahawks are in the NFC, but they are a good team, and Baltimore beat them in their place nonetheless. The combined score of these 3 wins are 108-43, and they are the hottest team in football. They are on a 6-game winning streak and a 4-game streak of 10-plus point wins, and for this impressive streak they have, I currently think the AFC runs through the Charm City. Lamar is undoubtedly top 2 in the MVP race and can easily have a case made for him to be the current MVP. The next takeaway is don't sleep on the Vikings. My Vikings were down 20-0 at half against the Broncos Sunday, and I'm not going to lie, I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong with the tweets I made before half. This team a year ago wouldn't have fought back the way they did Sunday, and they came back and won 27-23. Kirk Cousins completed over 80% of his passes and threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, with Irv Smith getting his first career score. The NFC is a conference where anybody seeded 1 through 6 could get to the Super Bowl, and the Vikings are currently the 6th seed, though they easily have a talented enough roster to get to a Super Bowl. Quarterback Kirk Cousins, who earlier in the season was seen as a huge liability, has been excellent in the past month and a half and has just 1 interception in the last 9 games, and an interception that hit off Stefon Diggs' hands and fell into former Eagles Andrew Sendejo's hands. When the Vikings don't turn the ball over, they are a very good team as seen by a current 6-1 stretch, and they are serious contenders for the NFC Championship. This is where I'll address it, is the Steelers-Browns game from Thursday night. The ending of the Steelers-Browns game was ugly to say the least. Myles Garrett got suspended, and rightfully so. Maurkice Pouncey did what I would want one of my offensive linemen to do if this happened to Kirk, and he is suspended 3 games, but that's 3 games I would be willing to accept if I were a Steelers fan. He did what we all would want one of our 5 linemen to do in this situation. Mason Rudolph by no means isn't innocent either, and had he not come over and provoked Garrett even further, this whole scene may have been prevented. I'm not the oldest fan by any means, but this is the ugliest thing I've seen on a football field in my life, and Adam Schefter's one-word tweet using the word assault described it perfectly. An NFL helmet weighs 6 pounds while a brick weighs 5 pounds, to put things into perspective. I'm glad Mason Rudolph is choosing not to sue Myles, as that would make the situation even worse than it already is. My final comment on this is shout out to David DeCastro for being as good of a neutralizer as he was during these moments. The next talking point of Week 11 is how fun it will be to watch the 6th seed in the AFC play out. Unless both the Ravens and Patriots blow multiple games down the stretch, I would venture to say they are the top 2 seeds in the AFC. The 3 to 6 seeds will be fun to watch play out, as the Bills will likely get a wildcard spot, and after that, who knows. The Chiefs, Raiders, Colts, and Texans are all 6-4 at the time of this video release, and all will be competing for those playoff spots. Football in November and December is always fun to watch, and seeing how all of these teams compete down the stretch with their seasons on the line will certainly be exciting. There will probably be multiple games in Week 17 with playoff implications, and a team in the AFC could easily go into the day at 9-6 and a win that would get them the 3 seed for the playoffs, or they finish 9-7 and miss the playoffs. The final takeaway from Week 11 is that Joe Burrow might as well find a place to rent in Cincinnati now. The Bengals are officially eliminated from playoff contention to the surprise of absolutely nobody, and should draft Joe Burrow with the first pick in the draft. I wouldn't be opposed if they went best player available and took Chase Young, but I like Burrow and would love to see Cincy draft him. Unfortunately, Tua's injury over the weekend will drop him a bit in the draft, and I'm going on record to say he is officially not a contender for the number 1 overall pick. Joe Burrow is originally from Ohio, so he is familiar with the area, and I hope we have a good story in the future of a home state kid leading Cincy to a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is Cincy bound unless the Bengals miraculously put together a couple wins down the stretch. They have not won a game since they fired former head coach Marvin Lewis. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Skol Vikes, 20-point comeback win. Skol Vikes.